He's here. Welcome, welcome. Who else is here? Eric's here. Tony's here. Vipin's here. He's late. Vipin, I'm frequently late. It's another one of the many running jokes on the show is how late is Mike going to be? Witzel's here. Lopez is here. He's cooling his beard. No, beer is always cold, my man. In hair and meat. Yeah, I was in hair and makeup. Straightening my beard. No, that doesn't really work either. It just does whatever it's gonna do. Vipin's my new friend from Australia. I got more Australian friends. Oh, I'm gonna have a beer. How is everybody's week? How's everybody's life treating them? I had a weird day. Everything gets thrown a little bit off when you break your sleep into chunks like that. I'm dealing with a little bit of a tooth situation on the bottom side over here. Not really sure what's going on. Are you exhausted? No, not exhausted. Just like I feel like I slept enough, but none of it was good enough sleep. Like I slept about 4 hours before I got up to do the Australian talk show. And then I slept about 3 hours after it before I got up to take my kid to school. And then I had about a 2-hour nap a couple hours later. And so like I got enough sleep, but none of it was like that good, rich sleep that you love, you know? So just everything has felt a little bit not quite right all day. But it was good. I had fun. I have some very dedicated fans, asshole people that I thought for sure. I was like, well, if I do a show at 3:00 in the morning, at least the jerks won't show up to make fun of me over there at that show on a different platform. Yet there they were. Tyler Peterson's here. Scotty's fault. Yeah, but my fault. I said yes. He didn't say like, you must be on the talk show. He said, do you want to? I said, sure. I do not regret it. It was fun. Oh, I do just need to sit down and chillax for a few minutes before we get really rolling into stuff. I want to hear from everybody though. What anybody making anything? Anybody got any news to share? Sick shirt. Yeah, this is a pretty good shirt. This is an old Loot Crate shirt from a few years ago. 7 to 9 was a good time slot for you. Is that like before you need to start work, but after, like, aren't you getting kids ready for school and stuff? Sorry, I'm late. You were only a little bit later than me, Paul. Deciding how to turn poison oak somewhat safely. I don't know what poison oak is. And I don't know how to turn safely. So I'm not going to be of any help to you. I just messaged a Canadian maker to get in touch with you for some custom grit. You still stocking it? I have some left. I don't know exactly how many of each I have. I need to steal myself another bottle of the liquid wax out of my stash. I think I have probably 3 more full sets, like step 1, step 2, liquid wax, hard wax. think I have 3 more full sets and maybe a couple of individuals outside of that. I would have to check my stock, but I do have some. It's like poison ivy sumac, but grows in big vines. Ooh, outside with fresh airspace. Helmet, maybe the bunny suit. Yeah, I mean, as safe as you can be, I guess. Oh, Paul's got advice. Treat it like Coca-Cola. Mask, gloves, shield, long sleeve shirt, dust collection. Yeah, okay, I get it. So this stuff's bad. I understand. I get that. Witzel's working on some new pen tubes. Vipin just finished some sliding bevels. Ooh, like sliding bevel gauges? Like you making tools? I don't really know too much about what you do. We didn't really get into what all of us do. We were mostly just talking about me. That's rad. Yeah, nice. I don't make a lot of tools. I've made a couple of little like sort of wooden block planes. Haven't really gotten too much into making tools, really. They make wooden squares and sliding bevels. Sweet. Yeah, no, that's cool. When people do that well, that's really cool. There's isn't there another Australian fella that's like world renowned for his super high end like squares and bevels? Trying to think of his name. He like comes up in discussions like, oh, if I could ever get one kind of people. Oh, it's right at the tip of my tongue. I'm sure he's Australian. Vesper, that's the one. YouTube failed me. It didn't autoplay when you went live. Oh, stupid YouTube. Yeah, Vesper's the one that everybody's like when they say the name, when they say his name, they're like, ooh. Have to get a mortgage to get his tools. Well, just make really good ones yourself. I mean, yeah, they probably are really good, but a lot of it is probably name recognition over time and branding, and I think he also is like, he overly fancies his tools unnecessarily too, to like add to the price. Like from what I hear, they all have like fancy inlays and you can get them like custom engraved. And I do a bunch of hollowing through tiny holes and I can't afford to buy a bunch of hollowing tools with different geometry. Ellsworth style tools are easy to make. There you go. Yeah. I mean, if you can make the tool that you need to do what it needs to do, making tools has never really been something that I've been like, I want to make tools. I made a couple of planes just because I thought they might be fun. And they were. But they're not great. Like, I don't really use them. Because other people make better tools than me. A little warm again today. Paul makes lathe tools and planes and marking gauges. And the grinding save your finger tool. That's right. I still haven't put that on because my belt sander station is covered in things. We talked about that on the SGLN talk show too, about how horizontal surfaces, if you don't pay attention, they gather things. Because you have to keep moving stuff out of your way, and they go on various horizontal surfaces. My reasoning was I made them for me as I didn't like the store ones. There you go. Couldn't afford any fancy ones. Yeah, if you can't afford the ones you want and you don't like the ones you can't afford, there you go. Helps with cash flow. And you get, it's like me and my slimline pens. Eric Habakowka's here. There's 2 Australians. Scotty will be around probably. Tool making is super satisfying. Yeah, some people really love it. I probably, I almost don't want to get into it because I could very much get into it. Pinnell, well done, well played. I make bandsaws, lathe extensions, and squares. I also make things up. He'll be at Hammeroo. Oh, Scotty's off doing stuff? We were just talking not that long ago. Starting to wisp out a little bit. Might want to dial that back a little in a couple areas. Oh. Okay, we're gonna give a new thing a try. We got this aromatic cedar, Spanish cedar that Paul sent. I figured for a potpourri bowl, that's appropriate because it's aromatic. Like my shop smells better than yours right now just from cutting. I cut out 2 of these and my shop smells better than yours because of it. Forgot to ask yesterday, are you still doing journalism? Well, that was earlier today, Vipin. I'm not still a journalist by trade. I still do some freelance work once in a while. I do some writing for people, but I am not employed as a journalist. I am the public outreach and events manager for an artist collective. And I do some side contract work and I make stuff in my shop to sell, and I piece together bits of income from lots of different ways of doing things. I have a contract to put on a buskers festival at the end of this month that I just finalized the lineup for and the locations that everybody's going to be at around the city. That's going to be fun. Oh, Kyle is here. That's 3 Australians. They're going to outnumber, they actually already might outnumber the Canadians. Wait, no, it's even. I think I saw McGill, Tyler, and Pinnell. We got 3 Canadians and 3 Australians. Uh-oh. Mind if I ask for some writing advice later? I charge by the hour. Yeah, no, I'm happy to give writing advice. I have 2 degrees. I have 2 post-secondary degrees in communicating in English. How tired are you? I did go back to bed. I went back to bed twice. I went back to bed and then got up to take my kid to school. And then I went back to bed a couple hours after that for a couple more hours. But none of it, you missed the start. I was talking about how breaking your sleep into chunks like that, even though you get the same amount of sleep, it's not as good. So I'm still a little bit off today, but how about us Californians? I don't know how many Californians. I think it's only you and Amy Gersh, and I haven't seen Amy Gersh for a while. The quality of sleep, yeah, it's crap when it's all broken up. But at least I managed to get, like, I got 4 before the show, And then I got another 3.5. You have the same Loot Crate shirt? Yeah, it's good, right? It's starting to get a little faded. I want to stop wearing it, but I don't want to stop wearing it. Because I don't want it to keep, like, it's starting to flake away a little bit. And eventually it'll just disintegrate. Oh. That's from when Loot Crates were good. Exactly. It was not long after this shirt. I mean, I had Loot Crate for a solid 2 years. Maybe a little longer than that. But they were just getting progressively cheaper in terms of what was in them. And I was getting less and less interested in what was in them. So eventually it got to the point where I couldn't justify it anymore. It was still cool to like open it up and see what was in it. I had it's still online. There's a YouTube channel. Oh, I shouldn't tell people this, but if you want, it's fun. I have a YouTube channel called Beardy Geek and Sven. And a lot of what's on that channel is me and my boy opening Loot Crates. In fact, probably most of the episodes on that channel. I don't know that there's that many. I don't remember how many we did. But there was, like, yeah, we opened Loot Crates. We opened, like, Lego blind bags. The little Lego figure blind bags. And action figures. It was a fun thing to do with him for a little while. Maybe Pinnell, can you look it up and put it in the chat? I don't know if you're subscribed to that channel or not. We haven't, it's been a couple of years now since we've done one, but we did them relatively regularly for a while. And it was fun. It's cute. There it is. Pinnell's got the link in the chat if you guys want to go check it out. Don't check it out now. Like, click on it now and bookmark it or something and then come back. I can't imagine if you looked up Beardy Geek and Sven, there would be too many results ahead of that. Let's see if we make this little piece of Spanish cedar. Watching and we watch the numbers go down. Yeah, 20 whopping subscribers over there. It didn't catch on. And it wasn't what it was about. It was just a way to spend time with my boy. He was getting into YouTube and he was watching people unbox stuff on YouTube. And I was like, well, we can do that. Let's open stuff on YouTube. Why not? We'll make a little show. Is much less beardy. For the name of the show, I was not nearly as beardy as I am right now. Let's get this thing round. We'll see if we can't make a little. I don't remember where I got this. I got, I think, a 4 multi-pack of these things. Probably Lee Valley. Maybe William Woodwright. I honestly, I don't remember where I got the pewter potpourri lids. But we'll make a little guy. We'll see if we can get it to sit in the top of it. Nice. I don't know. It smells awesome. Oh, here we go. I don't know if I'm ready for the show, if I have everything I need. Probably not. But that's never stopped me before from actually starting something. If I don't have everything I need, I'll go find it. Tonight is also, if you guys haven't seen the video release from yesterday, is the start of the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. And tonight is the first live show opportunity to get a bonus entry into the draw. So you might want to stick around and find out how that's going to go. Because somebody tonight is going to get a bonus entry into the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Which is, if you don't mind me saying so, it's going to be a pretty damn good giveaway for 5,000 subscribers. Like, I've seen 400,000 subscriber giveaways that were not as good as my 5,000 subscriber giveaway is going to be. I don't have a lot of... Oh, damn, I ripped it off already. I didn't even see that chunk go. Well, let's see. I don't know if I have enough room left anymore. I didn't leave this blank nearly big enough to be able to do something like that. I didn't even see that chunk come off. Did you guys see that chunk come off? I don't know that this is going to work. Let's just fight through it and we'll see. Maybe we just end up making it a little bit shallower. I think I have enough meat a little bit lower. I don't know. I should have just probably made a bigger blank, but this is too small a blank to be going that slow. Let's get it right up to top gear and we'll just stop mucking around. Man, it smells awesome in here. I don't need this up here. That's vibrating and I don't like it. Did I just see somebody say he tends to be a little heavy-handed? Yeah, I'm not a patient turner. Okay, we're just gonna hope that I have enough meat at the top there to still get that potpourri lid in. Get that flat spot out of there yet? Just about round, just about through that last little bit of that thing that ripped off. We might be okay here. I don't know, it certainly is pretty. I mean, you can't argue that that's not still going to be an attractive whatever it is. Whatever it ends up being is going to be attractive. Let's slap a tenon on the, or a mortise on the bottom, and we'll sand and finish the outside. And then we'll turn it around, and then we'll see if we have enough meat for a potpourri bowl, or if we just make it a little dish of some kind instead. That's funny. Let's make sure I have a chuck handy too. Should I measure? There's lots. If you keep coming, Vipin, you'll catch on to all the little inside jokes that we make. It won't take long. Get a little bit under. Little concerned about how tightly I'm going to be able to expand those jaws without busting this out, like I did the last time I turned a cedar thing. But maybe I'll just not be super strong when I'm tightening it. We'll see. Yeah, we're experimenting. Don't come here to learn. Okay, that's a relatively good shape. What wood is it? It is Spanish cedar. It's a piece. I cut two pieces out of those big blanks that Paul sent me a while back. This is purpley with the sapwood on either side. and it just smells absolutely amazing. Like, I'm probably getting cancer, but it smells absolutely amazing. Sure, he'll put some whoop-de-whoops in there. No, I think I'm just gonna go nice and simple, sort of bulbousy shape. Put some thin CA on the mortise. Hey, that's good thinking. That'll straighten it up, won't it? And I'll do that before I sand it too. See, sometimes people are not just totally jerks the whole time they're here. Sometimes they actually help. Uh-oh. Yeah, thought that might happen. Okay, so that's not ideal. But thanks, Starbond, for being awesome and sending extra lids and tips with your stuff. Because I've got a whole whack. Every bottle comes with extra like tips for exactly that reason. Starbond is great at breaking the nozzles. Yeah, that's why they all come with extra ones, I think. Of course, then you need to actually be able to get the... Uh-oh. I'm going to figure this out later. I got another bottle. Oh, do I? No, I don't. My new stock that they sent me is not handy. I don't remember where I put it because I didn't need it yet. Let's see if we can get it off. I don't want to like... Yeah, all right. All right, we're good. Teeth is another option. Yeah, it would be. But I could just picture how that would go. Yeah, let's strengthen up that mortise. Good call. And then we'll get to sanding. Yeah. Let that soak in. You can actually see like how far it's soaking in because I didn't actually get any CA on that part. That's like coming through from the inside. And despite not needing to, we will let that actually what we'll do. Turn it back down. Go like that. we'll just let that go for a few minutes. And I'll give my head a wipe. So Vipin, you're what's your like career? Do you do making full time, or are you like, how are you able to watch this at 10 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday? Landscape architect. Did that come up? That sounds familiar. You just don't happen to have a job on the go right now, and you can watch this nonsense. Bailey Woodworks. Do I know that name? There's a lot of people who stop in once in a while with a name like that. That's like something woodworking or something woodworks. Or have you been here before, Bailey? It's winter. That's a good point. I forget that the hemispherical issue about winter. Just a few times. Okay, because yeah, the name sounds familiar, but like I said, it could have been anybody woodworking or woodworks. Or give me an actual name to call you, and I'll try to remember. I'm okay at that. I know Brick House Woodworking is Seth. Chris, but Bailey is fine. If Bailey's good, then I'll just go with that, because then I don't have to work to remember anything. I might have enough meat left at the top of that thing to get that potpourri thing inset. But like I said, if I don't, it's still going to be a super cute little dish of some kind to... As long as I don't wreck it, which I could very easily do. We've seen it happen. Don't come here to learn. Oh. Trying to think if there's any other interesting news that I have. Anybody else have any interesting news? Bought a new truck, or doing a reno, or anything like that? Do you hit it with the activator? In most situations, I would hit it with the activator, but because this one, I want it to seep down as far as I can get it to go to stabilize that piece of wood, I'm not going to until I'm sure that it's not seeping any further. There was a murder in Campbell River the other day. This is true. Still coming down tomorrow. If it's not raining, I am coming down. I am delivering the planer. The planer is out of here tomorrow, and that will open up a good chunk of space over at that corner of the shop. And that will, even subconsciously, it will make this whole area of the shop feel cleaner. I have news. Mike was a superstar on an Aussie Maker show on Instagram. I don't know about superstar. I felt like I over talked. Like I felt like, I don't know, maybe I was supposed to talk that much because I was the guest that was like being interviewed or whatever, but I don't know. I felt like I did too much of the talking for it being a 4-person show. Thought about it afterwards, and I was like, oh man, I feel like I just sort of like, I don't know, took over these guys' show for an hour, Getting a new car next week. There you go. Won't be able to drive it for a while. Wife's happy. Oh, right, because the surgery. No, you didn't. You did great. That's the format of the show. Okay, good. Yeah, I thought, I was like, well, I was the person that we were talking about most of the time. Most of the questions were directed at me, so it made sense. But I just thought the ratio was weird. Like 4 people on the show, and this one talked for 75% of the time. I used up 80% of my allotted 25%. Shop smells great. It's almost, at this point, it almost smells, the good smell is almost too much. This is almost Megan soap level aroma in the shop right now. I might open the door for a minute. Oh, then it'll get hot because the sun is there. I don't know that it'll matter. It's already pretty hot. I'm gonna get a new beer and think on that. I should probably get some air in here, even if it means it gets hotter. Because it's pretty potent now. Mallet challenge. I think Paul could make an awesome mallet. I agree. If people are unfamiliar, if people don't know what you're talking about, Chili's putting on a mallet challenge right now for a free. What's the prize for the Maker Mallet Challenge? Custom mallet. What's it called? And explain to us the challenge, Chili. I should know this information because I'm supposed to be judging the thing eventually. Custom Grit Mallet Challenge. That's what it's called. Yeah, basically you make a mallet, it gets judged, and therefore you get judged as a human being. And then you get, Vipin says it's for custom grit vouchers, so it's just for credit at the shop. Hey, David Buffington's back. He did catch a live. Well, welcome back to the show, my friend. You'll be lucky to finish the GGBO guitar with the time I'm going to be out in the shop. Ooh, yeah, fair. I guess. Well, if you can get it to the point where it's just bench work left, like you shouldn't be too far away from just having fiddly stuff to do anyway. You could do that at the kitchen table, right? Make a mallet winner gets a $100 KC voucher. Second place is $60. Okay, so it's credit at the store. Nice. Yeah, so you just make a mallet, you hashtag it, and then come judging time, the judges look at the hashtag and they go through them all and they pick their favorites, and people get money at the custom grit store. Can you ship? Yeah, Chili can ship anywhere. It's just, it can be pricey in terms of, like, compared to the cost of the item. Like when he shipped that box to me, it was $100 and something, but it was $2,000 worth of stuff, right? But if he's shipping $40 worth of product and it costs $40, or it's one of those. Is that an Australian dollary dues? I would imagine it is. Tyler, I'm entering for sure. Well, I'm not going to vote for you. You can use the voucher for stuff and shipping. There you go. So like if you get the $100 one, you could probably order $70 worth of stuff. give or take, and have it all be covered right to your door. I do have firsthand experience with your mallet, but I think I would have to declare conflict of interest as being both a friend of mine and the sponsor of my current mallet giveaway. Yeah, see, I talked to Chili. He wanted to try and win your mallet, and I was like, yeah, but you're one of the sponsors of the prize package. Like, if I was divvying them up into like 4 or 5 prizes that I'm giving out to 4 or 5 people, the sponsor of this one could be eligible for those ones. But as a prize package, the people who are sponsoring the prize package are not eligible to win the prize package. That's just because that would be shady. I don't do shady. I do make mallets and fill them with BBs. See, this Mamma Jamma right here is the first mallet I ever made. Like, almost, it's like half a board foot of walnut and half a board foot of hard maple. But it's also these maple parts in the middle are like hollowed out and filled with BBs. Like, this thing is serious. It's totally unnecessary, but it was my first mallet, and I was like, I'm gonna make a sledgehammer mallet, I guess. I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how big a mallet needed to be. I was like, I should make something heavy for hitting stuff. So I did. And it gets most of the use. That's going to be dry by now. But now I'm having fun talking. Kyla can win. I mean, most contests are like friends and family or family members of are not eligible. Like, family members of employees of Laguna can't win the Laguna giveaways. I don't know. Why you gotta make it all complicated? Why can't you just be like, I don't need to win the contest? Because you don't need the mallet and the custom grit and the star bond. Like, it's we're not friends anymore? You want to give it another try? I'll wait. Let's go back over here. And we're down in low gear now, which is where we need to be for sanding anyway. Don't put your sand, if it doesn't have a sanding pad on it, don't put your random orbit sander down in sawdust. But don't come here to learn. Alright, I guess Vipin's out. Later, man. Thanks for coming, eh? Here we go. Loud noises. Nope. Lies. Lies. Here we go. Loud noises. That's good. That at least got rid of all my tool marks. Loud noises. We're getting there.
You guys are a little far back for how big that bowl is.
me for today. Custom grit. Step one. Buff in, buff out. You guys know the routine by now, I expect, if you're new here. This is a 2-step, well, up to 4-step, as little as 1 step. Polishing and finishing and final sanding system produced by our friend Chili Man at Custom Creations in Australia. He harvests the wax of magical Australian bees off a remote hillside. And it's almost the only finish I use as far as turning anymore. And it is available in my Etsy store, which is linked in the description, or at customcreations.com.au, something, I don't know, I don't remember. You can find it. There's our step one. This, I don't even care if this turns into a potpourri bowl anymore. This thing's gonna be gorgeous. So, buff in the step one. We'll just speed her up and buff out the step one. Let's use, for step two, we're going to use the custom high-speed Greyhound. Custom high-speed Greyhound. Which is essentially the same product but different formulation. So it's a solid bar. And you just draw it on like a crayon. And it doesn't really need to be that fast. Just gotta be fast enough to let the friction of the thing take it off the bar. That's all it needs. I don't know why I'm holding this. And I'm gonna bring you guys right in when this thing turns off, because this is gonna be gorgeous. As long as I don't break out that mortise when I turn it around and chuck it up. Woo! I gotta wipe my head again. All right, come on in. Whoa. Yep. Neat. Neat. All right. Where are we at for time? Hour 5? Okay, we can get this done. Yeah. We can get this done. For a little thing, it's going to be a relatively long show for a little thing, but sometimes that's just how things go. Alright, so I am not going to put an extremely high amount of torque into this. Not a deep mortise, and it's a soft wood, even stabilized with CA. It's not. Ugh, that's about all I'm gonna do. I don't know, guys. I have a feeling this might come flying off. Honestly, I do. I do. I should convince myself to go slowly. I'm gonna have a sit and talk myself into. I'm gonna have a sit and talk myself into being careful on the inside here. Get a new beer. Because I'm gonna have to go easy cuts on that inside of that. Put on a hockey mask and goalie catcher mitts. Yeah, it's gentle Mike. You're watching he was having a bad day. Who's having a bad day? Everybody's allowed to have bad days. I don't know. We're going to somebody's place and we're trying cooking. What's going on? There's so many different conversations happening. I can never catch all of it. Sorry, guys. I was wondering why the vacuum was off, but you were ready with those. Yeah, I just suddenly realized, like, why are you holding this? You don't need to be holding this. It's all good. Whatever happened, guys, we're all friends here. It's fine. Everybody's allowed to have bad days. Everybody's allowed to feel how they feel about stuff. Okay? We're all friends here. If I go back, like I watch all these back, and if somebody is like out of line, I will message them and I'll let them know like this. Nope, this is not how this is gonna go. Shape up or don't show up, because this is supposed to be a friendly, welcoming community of people who just want to have fun together on the internet. While this idiot does stuff in his shop. Wasn't me this time. Yeah, it'll probably be you next time though, because Stanifer's the worst. I invited Scott to Ohio for chili. How come I didn't get invited to Ohio for chili? Oh, because I can't go to the States. Probably is why. Probably you would probably have me over if I was allowed. It's all good. I'll figure it out. I'll be the decider of who was wrong. I am getting Facebook chat messages of photos from Mr. Pinnell, so I imagine I'm gonna, at the end of this show, I'm gonna find out what happened. It's all good. We're all here for the same reason, I hope. To have fun, build community, watch me maybe screw something up, maybe make something cool. When is the knee happening? It's got to be soon, I think. Paul, is it this week? And then what's the like rehab time until you're actually like fully functional? Tell him it wasn't me. I'll find out who it was. It doesn't matter. And it's entirely possible, like, I know Marv pretty well. I've known Marv for years. It's possible that he's having a shitty day. My wife would probably say I'll never reach fully functional. Well, fully functional as in how functional you currently are. Or preferably even more functional than you currently are. I accidentally offended Marv. Yeah, I can see that. Marv is one of my 10 best friends in the world, probably 15. And he's a sensitive fella. That's just the reality of his situation. And he does have bad days. I will let him know that you are apologizing. And I don't know how it went. We don't need to keep talking about it. Honestly, there've been a couple of days. Even in all the fun and jokes and stuff, and like how the whole tone of this show is like make fun of this dude while he's messing around in his shop. There've been a couple of times where it actually like afterwards I was saying like, why do I do this? He's like, because I was having a bad day and wasn't quite in the right headspace for it. Can I play the piano anymore? Of course you can. All right. Nice slow cuts. We're not going deep. We're only going 1.5 inches down. Oh. Big ass Forstner bit. Nice and slow to get most of it out and get to depth. That is less likely because it'll be also putting force this way. Let me look at the Forstner bits. Bring tailstock back in and chuck up one of these guys in here to get rid of a bunch of it. I think that is less likely to break the mortise. Okay, yes, I have made a decision. Go down. Bring the torque up, bring the speed down, because we're using, I don't know what this is, 1 3/4 inches. We should see if we can still make this a potpourri thing. Maybe. It'd be close. We'll try, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Ow! Go. Well, let's go a little faster than 80, shall we? And this way, if it does come off, it'll be stuck in there and it won't hit me in the face. Oh, those are pretty. I should have measured the depth on this thing first, shouldn't I? Let's go for a little bit and then we'll do that. I know I've got at least I got a ways to go. It's okay, we're just going nice and slow. Oh, these are cool. All right. Let's do an actual depth check. I think I had it there. Loud noises. I kind of want to save these for something. Can I use these for anything? Oh yeah, I can. I can make little like. I actually sell them at markets. I usually use plane shavings from cedar, yellow and red cedar. Make little deodorant, not deodorant, but like well, sort of a deodorant bag for like drawers and like hope chests and stuff. Like a little mesh bag with cedar shavings and stuff in it. These would go awesome in those. Hold on, let me just put them in something. I'm gonna keep a bunch of these. Yeah, they do. They keep bugs away. They keep moths out of like blanket chests, and you put them under your back seat, and it also absorbs moisture in your car. Like, and people buy them for $2 and or like whatever. Like, I was kind of weird. I thought it was kind of a weird idea to have, but then they sold, so I kept doing it. And I'm gonna keep these ones for sure because they're gonna go awesome in there, and they're purple. Do they keep ants away? I've been fighting them for weeks. Oh man, we're having an ant situation here too. Funny you say that. Let me talk to wife about her borax solution that we found works pretty well, and I'll pass it along to you. It's like a borax and a couple other things diluted, and then you soak cotton balls in it and you leave them around, and the ants go and they nibble at it, and then they bring it back to the wherever they came from, and it kills them back there too. So we can go, yeah, just over 1.5 inches, and we are at 1.25 inches. Hey, right on. I think it's like a borax and sugar and vinegar or something. I don't remember exactly. I'll find out for you. All right, we're just under 1.5 inches now. And we can go to just over 1.5 inches. I'm gonna do a little bit more. And then we'll just flatten it off. That's lots. Because I also have a little divot in the middle down there now that I gotta get rid of. This was a better idea than just hollowing out this whole thing with the bowl gouge or something. I'm proud of myself for thinking of that. Now we got to be careful though, because now if we got to this point and it screwed up, that'd be a piss off. First of all, let's see if we can get the top into a potpourri thing. Because if we can't, then we just are worried about the inside. I don't know. I'm still somehow not used to the fact that I have a tool rack right beside me that I put right beside me to put my tools back. I still just leave them laying around. Like, I should be able to just reach over, grab the tool, use it, put it back on the wall, grab the next one. Nope. Stay on. Stay on when I touch you with this too. I would say I have room for it. I'm going to make it into a bowl. I'm going to make it into a thick bowl, and then we'll see about getting that into the rim, and then not sure what the right process is from here. I might have to move you guys back because of needing to get by you. What's with all the message retracted and deleted and stuff? What's going on here, guys? It's a weird feeling day. And not just because I got up at 3 o'clock to do an Australian talk show. All right, don't come off. Don't come off, don't come off. Because it's super soft, and if it comes off, it's going to have a huge dent in it no matter what it hits, and then it's, yeah. Loud noises? It might be all I'm doing with the gouge. Might go to this guy now. Flatten off. Gotta get rid of that big divot from the Forstner bit. And then thin out the walls, and then see if we can get a little lip for that potpourri thing to sit in. I don't know, maybe. Always move your tool rest when your bowl is spinning at full speed. There we go, the divot is gone. Loud noises. Now we're going to thin out the sides a little bit, but not a ton because it doesn't need to be, because how much frickin' potpourri do you put in one of these? Probably not very much. Loud noises. I don't think it needs to be all that much thinner. Like, you don't need that much potpourri in a thing, if that's what it ends up being. And I think we can make it so that that's what it ends up being. I just need to put a little recess to let that sink down into it. And that only needs to be like a 16th inch deep. And then I think I'm happy with it. Holy crap, the countdown is a regular thing. Oh, was there a countdown going? I missed it. Yeah, the countdown is a relatively regular thing, and it's been right a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie, it has been correct. I think that's why it continues. It's because I think the first time it ever happened, it was like bang on. I exploded a pen like on the countdown. Always move your tool rest when your bowl is at full speed. And don't come here to learn. Really close. Really close to having a potpourri thing. Some of these instructions sound fishy. I make it very clear that I do not encourage people to come here to learn. Because I'm figuring stuff out. If you learn something along the way, that's great, but don't make that your reason for being here. Okay. It's actually a little bit, I don't think it needs to be snug. It's just supposed to rest in there. But I could just, it's only a 16th inch deep. I could just take that off and try it again. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it a little tighter than that. I'm going to just flatten it off and try it again. Because that's no big deal. There. it's like barely, but you want to be able to take it in and out. Okay. Just gonna make it a little bit deeper because it needs to be to sit flat, flush with the top. Does it not actually go in anymore? Oh, it actually is a little bit, oh, it's not quite big enough. I thought it was. Boom. And it's sitting flush with it even. Yeah, it's not snug enough that you can't get it out, but it's snug enough that it's not rocking around in there. Yeah, okay, beauty. And it's flush. Or close enough to flush. As close as my pens are to the bushings. Let's just sand and finish the inside of this. Loud noises. Let's sit one more time because I do got to give my head another wipe. But that's going to be a potpourri thing. I think it's going to be a potpourri thing because now it's just sanding and finishing. Just got to get the spray lacquer out and give it a quick coat on the inside. And that joke is going to not work for a lot of people. That joke went by a whole lot of you probably. I'm just scrolling back to see if I missed anything important. Oh, this is the count. There's the countdown. Need to go to the shops, hurry up and finish this thing. You can go, Chili. You know what it looks like now. And you'll see a pic of it after. It's it's done. Right. He's under the impression there were instructions given. Yeah. Who is your potpourri covers guy? Like I said, I think it was Lee Valley. Go to Pinnell, you're in charge of looking things up. If you go to Lee Valley and go look up pewter potpourri covers, or actually probably if you look up pewter at Lee Valley, if they have a 4-pack of different styles or different designs of these covers, that's where I got it. I'm staying and I can wait to go to the shops in like 30 minutes. Okay. No, the joke, what was the joke I missed? The joke was about the spray lacquer. Because I was on the Australian talk show with Chili, and he asked me if I had a favorite finish. and because I'm hilarious, I said that my favorite finish is probably spray lacquer, because I know what he wanted me to say. Okay, so you put the link up. Does that mean that I am correct? Is that a 4-pack of pewter bowl lid insert things? Oh, Stanifer said tune in tomorrow when he glues on a piece of cherry to fix the lid groove. Yeah, okay. Harkening back to previous episodes. Okay, right there. This was a 2-episode, in case you weren't here for the 2-episode extravaganza of this nonsense. Geometry sucks. And so this one caused me some issues. But we made a design decision. And we added some cherry around the inside of the lid, the bowl part where the lid goes back on. And now the grain matches up perfectly. It's a nice tight fit. And it came out fine after our design change. No 4-pack at Lee Valley? I absolutely got them somewhere where it was like one of each of the styles that was on offer. Could check Penn State Industries? I don't know. A lot of places sell them. Like a lot of turning supply places sell them. So it would have to be, if it wasn't Lee Valley, maybe it was Lee Valley and they don't offer the 4-pack anymore, but it was either Lee Valley or William Woodwright or Penn State Industries. That's the only 3 places that I order stuff from. After the Mallet Challenge, you should do a potpourri holder competition and call it the Computer Challenge. Yeah, they're available. They're out there, and they're not too bad. I want to say it was about $20 for the 4. But I don't remember. I've had them a little while, but not a super long time. I don't think I've had them for more than 6 months. I may have got them in with an order of the Penn State Industries. $30 US for 8 at Penn State. I definitely didn't get 8. I did only get 4. Check pen.ca or whatever it is. Because I definitely only got 4. But $30 for 8, 30 American plus shipping for a pack of 8 is pretty good. I mean, if you're already ordering stuff from Penn State, I wouldn't just order those, because then the shipping makes them a lot more. But if you're also ordering 60 slimline kits, throw in an 8-pack of those. It's probably what I'll do next time. I'm ordering a 60-pack of slimline kits. Let's get some finish in this thing. It doesn't need a lot of sanding on the inside either. Like, those were nice clean little carbide cuts on the inside there, so. I'm just gonna do a quick, actually, those are really good little cuts. I'm just gonna I'm just going to 600 custom liquid wax the inside of this and call it done. Because there are no lines, nice cuts. I need to grab a new bottle of the liquid wax out of the stash. I'm down to the dregs. Get the last of the precious custom wax out of the bottle. He's stealing the. I'm not stealing the supplies. Okay, I paid for them. I am fully paid off with Scott. So all of the rest of the custom grit that I have currently belongs to me. And if I want to take one instead of selling it, I will do so. That's fine. I'm good with that. That is all the finishing the inside of this thing is getting. A little bit of the non-liquid. No, it's not a perfect inside. Can I get a crayon on the inside? I might have been able to get a crayon on the inside. But again, it's totally unnecessary. Actually, there are a couple of lines, but I don't care. I now see the couple of lines that I didn't see before from sanding it with 600. Starting at 600 is not what you want to do generally. But like the wood is so crazy that it also they kind of blend in with the grain lines. So and also shut up. Oh, that was barely on there. There's a little nubbin in the middle that isn't awesome. But it is very pretty. Nice little rim of sap on the one side. Potpourri lid sits in there. Yeah. Okay, that was fun. At times. I get something. Oh, it's just like waxy sawdust. Okay. Yeah. It also it tells you that it's handmade when you see little imperfections like that. You know what? I could just fill it with the Forstner bit shavings and pop the lid on it, and you could have this sitting on your coffee table, and it would just start. It would smell like Spanish cedar in your room. That's rad. So yeah, these are an okay investment. These little pewter things. I think. I don't know. What do you buy that for? If you went to a market and you saw that thing and it was stickered $30, do you buy that? If you're into potpourri? Because let's say $6 for the lid. I mean, for me, the blank was free, but it's not free wood. And it took me 2 hours. It didn't need to take me 2 hours. I could have probably had it done in an hour if I actually was just trying to crank it out. So that's $20 worth of. See, I like to pay myself $20 an hour at minimum. I think $30-$40 is a reasonable ask for something like that at a market. Not really into smelly twigs, but I'd pay $30 to look fancy eating gourmet peanuts. See? You could use it for that. And then when you're not eating your fancy peanuts out of it, it has a decorative pewter lid. Yeah, I'll probably order some more of those. $32.87. That's what I'll label it at, because I like bringing a lot of change with me to the markets. Everything at my market table is increments of 5 because I do not want to deal with change at all. Cool. That was fun. We had some new people. We had some old people we haven't seen for a while. Well, that was mean. They're not old. Well, they might be old. I shouldn't assume they're old. We had some returning guests that we haven't seen for a while. We have some new people. We got a new friend from Australia. Vipin was here for a bit. Yeah. Good times. Make a turned beer cozy that fits a standard can. It's funny you say that. It's one of the things that I was considering doing as glitch in the matrix. One of the things that I was considering making for my personal entry into the 5,000 subscriber giveaway was exactly that. But yeah, I was thinking a wooden beer cozy would be a cool project. I will bump it up the list. First time watcher, Bill Allen, is welcome to the show. I thought I recognized the name. Sorry about that, man. Make 2, I'll buy the other one. All right. Got to find some wood. Maybe It would get more expensive if I did it that way, but it would be cool to make a segmented one. Put the get the segmented, you get the miter gauge back out, put it at 12 degrees, make a bunch of little segments, and do a like. Like one of these where it like rotates around, but I could make them all the same. They wouldn't have to be different size segments for the different rows. They could just be all the same size segments and just make a tube of them. Yeah. Thought I heard my kid outside. You have an iron to brand your work? I do have a branding iron. I don't. I didn't on this one. I should have, but I didn't. I need another. I need a smaller head. I have a 2-inch brand, and it's just too big for some of the things that I make, so not everything gets branded. But if I got a little like 1.25 inch one to put on, I would brand all of my things probably. Got some camphor burl. Smells like cinnamon when you turn it. Camphor burl is, I think that's an Australian thing, isn't it? When I come to Canada, can you brand me with your branding iron? Sure. If that's something you really want to have happen. You'd sport the logo on the. I don't know that it would be hard to do on the outside of a round thing, because you really, even on a flat thing, it's hard to get an even press with it. But I could do the bottom. I am looking at having some merch made, and one of the things is going to be a tumbler. But they won't be things that I make. They'd be like purchase tumblers that I have printed. My wife is laughing at me for brainstorming while we are brainstorming here. That's one of the great things about this show is we can all just throw out ideas at each other and bounce them off. That's what community is all about. It's about supporting each other and batting ideas around and figuring out what works and what doesn't, and what might work and what might not. Like, I would never have known that this might be a good thing to make for markets unless I tried one. And now I think I probably will, because I might be able to batch these out by the. I could make. I mean, if I was trying hard, you only need a piece of 8-quart or something. I could probably make 8 of them in a day. And if I make a couple of $100 off of them, I'll take a couple $100 for a day worth of work in the shop. And like a section of my market table now full of another cool thing. Should get some coffee mug inserts. Like the steel sleeves that go in the travel mugs. Because I've seen those. Those are neat. And I agree. I should probably get some of those. I've got a few like kit type things that I need to explore. I've got dart kits that I haven't tried. I've got coffee scoops that I haven't tried. I've got barbecue tongs that I haven't tried. I've got a pepper grinder, little like old school pepper grinder contraption thing that you just basically turn a tube and then you screw it to the top and you fill it with peppercorns. That I haven't done. What else do I have? I've got some various things that I am going to explore because I'd like to flesh out the market table options. Custom cabinet knobs. I don't want to get into making custom cabinet knobs for people. I mean, I make my own little cabinet knobs, sort of shaker style type pulls. I don't want to do custom ones for people. I mean, unless I was making the cabinet that the knobs went on, I would obviously make the custom cabinet knobs. Not custom, batch some and sell them as it. Yeah, maybe. If there's a standard I guess you could just screw in from the back, same as anything else. Yeah, they'll make an eight pack of walnut cabinet knobs or something. Might sell, I guess. I don't know, maybe. All right, later, Chili. I should probably call it at 2 hours as well. That's a good show. We had a good time tonight. Made some new friends. Had a success. We got a win out of it. Does it bother me that it's a little bit loose? Yes. Should it? No. Because if it was any tighter, you wouldn't be able to like easily just get your finger in one of those spots and get it out. It's not a lid. Like it's not like this is a lid. It's supposed to stay closed. You should be able to pick it up by the lid. Well, not necessarily, but like this is just a cover. I would not call it a lid. I would call it a cover. Oh, before we forget, I haven't done the bonus entry into the 5,000 subscriber giveaway that I promised you guys I would do. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the show. And in thanks for sticking around to the end of the show, you get a chance to be the bonus entrant for this episode into the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Are you ready to find out how you can do that? I'm going to need to write down the name of the person who gets this bonus entry. Bonus 5K entry June 14? Question mark? All right. So, first person to correctly answer the following question in the chat. I don't know what the question is yet. I'm going to come up with it in a second. I'm going to ask a question. First person to get the correct answer in the chat gets entered into the giveaway draw. And it'll be something about I'm trying to reward people who watch my channel. So it'll be like a wooden things and stuff trivia type question. What? What are the two types of wood that my workbench is made out of? My workbench is made out of two kinds of wood. What kinds of wood are those? Oak and maple is incorrect. Teriyaki pork chops is also incorrect. Pine and cedar is also incorrect. Maple and cherry is incorrect, but getting closer. I shouldn't be helping. Cherry and sapele. Nope. I didn't think this was going to be that difficult. Like, we see my workbench a lot in the shop. Maple, sapele, cherry, oak, cherry, and something else. There it is. Pinnell's got it. A lot of you guys were dancing all around it. Douglas fir and cherry. And yes, he's allowed to win the giveaway because he's not an employee, he's a volunteer. My workbench is Douglas fir and cherry. A lot of people knew there was cherry in it, but the maple and cherry was close, but it's actually much softer than Douglas fir is much softer. So wait, what? Volunteer? Well, yeah, the check is on its way. I'm not. You get volunteer. It's okay. How does it? There's a weird way that it gets worked around. It's like you're not an employee. You get honorariums. You're on contract. You're not an employee. You're on contract with Mike's Wooden Things and stuff. You get paid an honorarium for your time volunteering. It's a difference. There's a difference there, according to the government and all other legal representations. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. That was fun. The Spanish cedar is a really pretty wood. I almost wish it wasn't so shiny, so you could see like all the cool different purples and reds and yellows that are happening in here. Like, all right. Bye for now. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Probably Monday next week. Probably going back to Monday. The only reason it wasn't Monday this week is because I had to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, good luck, Paul, on Friday. Best wishes, my friend.